In August 2018, I decided I wanted to do something new with a community group and out of my normal comfort zone. And that's how I got involved with the Mayflower project.
It's about the river.
The river was ebbing and flowing as it is now when the Mayflower sailed.
I don't think there is very much that connects me to the Mayflower, really.
I can't remember a time when I didn't know about the Mayflower.
Other than working in Rotherhithe.
The journeys.
The trauma of the journey must have been immense.
And you're stuck together for 6 months.
Lots of people crammed together on the boat.
You become friends.
And then once they got there, it was about survival.
But at the end of 6 months, there's only 3 of you left.
Yeah.
15 of you have died.
My connection to the Mayflower is through the voyage to an unknown land.
In the early 1600s, boats didn't have steering wheels.
I'm holding my grandmother's teapot here because it's the sort of thing I might have taken with me because it reminds me of home.
Migrating to a new place to find a sense of home and stability.
They had such tenacity and they went into a place of real peril. And that's what I'd like to tell others, that this was a brave action.
I think they used to assume that because something was written in a history book, it was fact. What was written about the settlers was written by men. And that might explain why there are so little of the women's stories available to us.
There's 18 of you, all women, all married. That's the only thing you've got in common.
I'm an American living in London, and I feel connected to the Mayflower because of Thanksgiving. I meet with American friends every year to have a dinner and to talk about what it means to be an American and to sort of connect with our shared cultural identity.
For Native Americans, since 1970, Thanksgiving has been a day of mourning.
One of the things we talked about very early on in the research was the concept of migration and how the Mayflower migrants are very similar to people who move today. And that people move for a lot of reasons. But they always are desperate or sad, and it's complicated. I'm very worried about the children. What is happening when orphans or parents have to let their children go? And I also want to know what that meant for people who traveled on the Mayflower in that way.
I think the main thing I've learned or got to understand is how the story of the Mayflower is also a story of our times.
I fled as a refugee from England to the Netherlands in 1608. I fled with my family from Amsterdam to London in 2005 in search of inclusive education.
Since now globalization has become an irresistible trend,
our faith was accepted in the Netherlands, and we lived and worked in peace for 12 years. Here in London, my daughter was accepted at schools, and now she has a profession and friends.
one of the enormous impacts brought by the Mayflower is the Native Americans population has decimated by the disease brought by the European settlers.
One thing I've learnt is that these were real people with real names. Sometimes when you read about history, you don't really think about the subjects as being real people.
Many boarded the Mayflower in desperation to escape persecution.
But they had individual stories. They were just ordinary people.
Their migration back in 1620 has echoes both from the past and into the future, with the current migrations going on right across the globe.
I think these days it's really important to have an open mind, be questioning, be curious. And I think the project encourages us to research, be playful, share information, and you don't expect to know everything.